I think there has been a belief in the toy industry that dolls aren't for boys. My goal is that when I walk into a toy store, I see a variety of diverse toys for children. I'm Kristen, and well, I am a lawyer by trade. For the past 9 years approximately, I practiced law at a big law firm, transferring to Doha, Qatar 2.5 years ago. Living in Qatar, it was just really isolating. I was living in the office. I mean, I went in at 8 a.m. and left at 10 p.m. When I first started at a firm, I fully believed that I was walking in as an equal. I was a great associate at the firm. My salary and expenses package was around $370,000. It wasn't until I had my second child and went through that maternity period of my life when the attitudes towards me changed within the firm. There was always a sense of agitation or annoyance when I had to take care of my child. The assignments I started receiving were of lesser responsibility than the assignments I'd had before. I think that there is a sense in law firms generally and in my law firm that women who are distracted by motherhood cannot do their jobs as well. I wasn't spending the time, at least not the quality time, with my family that I needed to be. And that made me step back and think, what am I doing here? When I was actually pregnant with my second son, I went online to buy my older son a doll. I just came up empty-handed. I searched all over the place. I found baby dolls, I found a ton of girl dolls, I found some really ugly dolls. I thought, we live in a modern society and we have a diverse world around us, but I can't buy a boy doll for my son. And I thought, this is crazy, I have to fix this problem. I have lots of ideas that are problems that I want to solve, but this one stuck. There was no way on earth that I could ever start a company. I could barely see my own children. And then I just had one of those aha moments. I thought, Katie, my sister, I said, Katie, what do you think about quitting your job and letting me hire you to start this company?
Done. Like, I'm gonna quit my job and do it.
I resigned my job. My family and I have moved back to the United States. I'm sitting in the kitchen right now of my mother's house where we are temporarily residing. It's the last day of our Kickstarter today, so it's a big day. We are at 112%. Woohoo!
We wanted our dolls to be very durable and be able to handle rougher, real play and not just sit on a shelf. If you give a boy only macho fighting toys, how are they going to learn to be nurturing, to be a good dad, to be able to empathize with other people? I think it's a problem, and I think that it needs to be addressed from childhood. We're going to do a little focus group about our dolls.
Boys don't usually play with dolls, so it's a new thing for them. Of course there will be kids, and there will be boys that don't want to play with dolls. Do you guys want a chance to play with our toys too?
Yeah.
Okay.
Hi. Take him?
So cool.
Play with him? No, you don't want to?
You don't want to? All right.
Okay, we'll move to someone else then.
I think that the girls just more like jumped in with it and the boys had to warm up to it. But they did warm up to it once they started playing with it and realized that they could play sports with it.
Over here. Make it under. Make it under.
Some of them were really excited about the dolls, but then some of them seemed to be almost embarrassed to play with a doll and refused. And I think that's something that we're going to definitely have to overcome.
I have no idea how it's going to turn out, and if it's, completely financially irresponsible of me to quit what I'm doing and to try this business. My husband is doing a job search. I also feel a little bit anxious because I know how much work we have to do over the next few months. If worse comes to worse, I can at least say I tried. I just don't have the sadness and anxiety that I had while I was working in Qatar. It's gone. I have my hands full, but it's a different kind of busy, and it's a much happier busy. I think society makes changes very incrementally small steps by small steps, and I think that this is one of those small steps. Be anything, do what you want, pursue your dreams. Right now, when we say that to our kids, usually there are a lot of little qualifiers, like to a guy, be whatever you want, but don't really be a nurse or a teacher or a caretaker or a stay-at-home dad. Or you say to the woman, be anything you want, be a senior partner at a law firm. But then you say, well, 17% are women. I think as we get rid of stereotypes in our children's play, that will have a change on the way that we behave as adults.